I'll say I wasn't going to do the car challenge with you, but I want to do it with you, man, because you're definitely a car guy. So what this is for the guys who don't know, it's a little segment I start doing, like this a theoretical segment, the cool theory. I'll take a couple of cars, and I got 3 cars right here. I'll let you know what they are. The tracks, they're actually the same cars from the last episode, but I just changed the track to Tsukuba because we're familiar with that. All right, so pretty much what we're going to say is they're 320 horsepower, equal power. They got street radios on it, so like AO 550s or whatever. Well, not national. I would say a RSR or something like that. That's AO 550 is a different tire. Both they're all pro drivers. That way they're on the same level, so that this rules out the shitty driver or the bad driver and everything. So we got the cars right here and everything. Track Tsukuba. So the first one I'm going to put out is going to be EG6 Civic versus the CeeLo V6, which you know about all that stuff in the European cars. So the CeeLo V6 on an EG Civic on Tsukuba, man. Who would win and why?
Well, I would say probably the EG6.
Sorry, 10 laps.
10 laps.
10 lap battle.
Wow, that's long. And this is Tsukuba 2000, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Tsukuba 2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not too familiar with the CeeLo. What was the?
The CeeLo is a hot hatchback. It's a hatchback that's all-wheel drive. Is a turbo V6 it's MR. So that's a lot going on right there.
Is that Mercedes?
No, the CeeLo is this is just a CeeLo. That's all I know about it. I don't know who makes it, but it's if you look up in Gran Turismo, it's on Gran Turismo. So it's a cool looking hatch. Looks like a Civic on steroids. Well, no, it looks like a Golf GTI on steroids. It's just a wide body, got air dams in it. And again, it's all-wheel drive. It's a hatchback. It's a turbo V6. I think it's twin turbo, and it's MR.
Now I feel bad because I obviously inspired you enough to try this, but then I don't recognize the first car you mentioned. So, I'm gonna do my best here, and maybe I've outed myself a little bit, not knowing what that is. Yeah. But I'm gonna say, if I had to choose between for a 10 lap battle, I would pick the Honda. I would pick the EG6 because lightweight, it'd be easier on the brakes and easier on the tires. Right? You said they both had like 300 horsepower.
I'll say they're
so it's a tuned EG6.
Yeah, so it's definitely a tuned EG6. Okay. So probably the 320 has probably got like a B16 or a B18 in there or something like that. But it's 320. So it's but like you said, the 320 and the Civic is front wheel drive 320, and then also the CeeLo is a V6 all wheel drive, and it's MR. So it's a lot happening with that car, dude. Look it up. Look it up.
An MR hatch. Dude. MR all-wheel drive 6.
Yeah, MR all-wheel drive like turbo. That's a lot going on.
What was it? The RS4 kind of is like that. But okay. All right. So I'm still gonna go with. I think I'm still gonna go with the EG6 for durability reasons.
All right. So we got the EG6.
I'm gonna
so like that.
Tune to EG6.
Yeah. Look up that car, man. It'll. I found out about the car by Gran Turismo 2 or 3.
Look it up. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Gran Turismo 3. Like, dude, I was killing cars with that car because at Gran Turismo you had to do like the front wheel drive, the MR, the rear wheel drive, and I got this car. I'm like, dude, this, and it was fast. All right, so the next one we got right here will be the next battle with Tsukuba, same thing, 320 horsepower. So we got an Evo 9 MR versus the WX STI Spec C. And just for which one we'll see this the GDA version of GDB. So 10 lap battle. Which one wins that equal power and why?
I'm gonna go with the. I just have more experience with STIs than I do with Evos, and as I understand, I'm probably gonna make a lot of Evo people cringe on this. The STI is the more reliable of the two, as far as like long endurance type stuff goes. Like if I had to do like a long-term course, I would pick the Subaru.
As far as they're like create like the engine, the 4G63 is very very more superior than like the EJ.
Oh really?
So engine wise, but then they have trade-offs where like the Evo has like a steering, feels like Evo, if you never driven the Evo, they feel like you're not. It feels like you're driving like a drive-by steering.
So do they have electric steering? The Evo 9s?
What? No, the Evo 9 they have it's a manual steering, but it has like it has the yaw for the yaw controllers and stuff like that. So when you're going around the corner, it does a little thing where it turns the wheel and do all like crazy stuff like that. So you can be almost in an all-wheel drive skid.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, they're the Evo, the WRX out the box is more durable. It's definitely more durable than there. So like if they had the both same engine like if the WRX had Evo's reliability, the 4G63 with everything else it has, then it would be like unstoppable car.
And I'm picking all the wrong stuff.
That's your choice, man. That's your choice. Yeah, I would say. This is your picks, but the WRX STI Spec C, the GDB version, I would pick it over the MR. Okay. It's that car was the Spec C was a. We're not getting into like the R. They got the Type R. The WRX is confusing because it looks like an STI, but no, man, that's a RA version. That's the RAR version, Type R. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? It looks like like WRX has so many little subgroups within it's an STI, but it ain't a limited STI.
Right.
It's not the V spec, the V limited. It's like, dude, it's confusing because they all look like WRXs with a big hood scoop. You know what I mean? So like the Spec C got a special little hood scoop and stuff like that, but it is what it is. But I would, so you picked the WRX, I would pick that. I would actually pick that as well. Only thing that would make it close to me is you would get into the Evo has the yaw controller, but if it's tuned properly, it definitely in the driver's into it. The last corner, the Evo can like dive into it and almost have like literally like a controlled all-wheel drive skid.
Is that a good thing for a grip for time attack though?
Well, I mean it's the way the wheel. It's kind of like if you get to the point where you kind of going too hot, it would kind of be able to come back.
Okay.
If you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Whereas the WRX being, they're both all-wheel drive. They're not selectable. But the WRX is one of those things where these both are pro drivers, but a lot of rookie drivers, they would, like when you get into like a situation you want to let off the throttle, the WRX is, you want to throttle in to if you're understeering, you want to throttle in to keep it going around. I've seen guys at the track, they lift off and it will shoot them into the direction that they're pointing.
Right.
Because, the WRX is one of those cars where you got to literally.
You have to dig it into the corner.
You got to literally.
Yeah.
Right. You got to dig it into the corner and stomp down to keep it in that. Kind of, yeah. But the thing about a GTR, a lot of guys don't really get like crazy on tangent, but the GTR, what people don't realize, GTR is actually rear wheel drive with front wheel drive assistance.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. They don't realize the car is.
It's not true all-wheel drive.
Rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
Right. It got the Tesla system. You can disable it. You can do the little code. There's a code for all of. You can do it's a code for GTRs where you can disable the brakes. You can press the brakes in, toggle the key, and you disable the Tesla
Yeah, my
system.
buddy had a 32, and he actually had like a drift switch for his. He would switch it to rear wheel drive. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the 32 is easier because 32 you can just pull a fuse and you're done. But at 33 and 34, you couldn't do that. Yeah. But you can literally you toggle the key, turn it to the on position, you press the brakes, you turn it off, and it disables the hike the Tesla.
Oh, interesting.
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. So you can actually do a dyno pull without it's kind of dangerous because it can kind of come back on.
Oh my god!
So you can do a dyno pull. You just got to have rolls for the front just in case they catch.
Yeah.
And you hook your wheels up to the rear. So that's there. So this one right here is a kind of weird one. I'm probably going to catch flag foot because it's not. It can't be.
I hope I recognize the car.
It's cool. All right. Yeah. All right. So this one is a A90 Supra.
Okay. All right.
Versus the new concept 4 and a Z.
Oh, hey, now we're talking in my generation. All right. Okay. Now are we talking the 6-cylinder or the 4-cylinder A90?
So let's say 6. Let's say 6, and then for the Z is they're saying it should come out the box about 380. The engine platform seems like it's going to be what the something 30.
Yeah.
So they seem like it's still not firm with me. I haven't really looked into it other than what I've seen on Instagram, but I think that's going. Right now, they already got rival because there's like this is Nissan's answer to the
Yeah, which is interesting.
And a lot of people
because I feel like
before we get to the talk, man. Which one in theory, man? Which one you think would win the Tsukuba 10 laps
Easy.
Based on the current?
It's the Supra.
Yeah,
I think so. I think that the Z is going to be the better driver's car. but I think the Supra is going to be faster on track. Because the Supra has the same wheel length as the Cayman. And that was kind of like the benchmark that they were going for, right? And it's also got a really nice dual clutch. I don't like people are what people are, right? But the Supra has a dual clutch transmission because it's better than a manual transmission. And the Z has a manual transmission because it gives you a better experience. And so that would be the car. I would buy the Z. But if I had to like guess between which one out of the box, out of the factory, so the Z's looking around 400-ish.
Right. It still seems up in the air about those specs.
Yeah, and we're not quite sure, right? Yeah, and we know what they are for the A90 for the 6-cylinder. I'm gonna say the A90. I think that was I think it's an incredible car, and I think people are just a little lying to themselves. And you know what? They can keep doing so because when those cars drop in value, because nobody wants them, I'll be there.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Dude, I'm a. Well, another reason why I got that's the end of the thing right there, man. But the reason why I got so many cars, man, is because I'm a vulture, man. Like I don't mind a little damage, like, and that's how I get it. Like that's how I'm gonna get an R35 GTR. Somebody's gonna have a small little fender bender, and they're gonna put it on the auction for like $20K, and I'm gonna have.